Hi guys, if you use the ATM, you're going to want to watch this video. Guys, it's a new scam going around, literally taking thousands of dollars out of people's account, and they're only using super glue. Yeah guys, you heard me correctly. I said super glue.
Scammed me last night at the ATM machine.
I'm like, that happened to me.
Didn't think anything of it. I thought he was just using the ATM.
And Justin Sindelar.
My initial reaction was, wait a second. I definitely did not withdraw that much money.
In today's video, guys, I'm going to tell you how the scam is working and what you can do to protect you and your family from this actually happening to them. Guys, stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new to the channel, I'm Credit Coach Q, not create first cloud-based software that allows you to put your credit repair experience to your own hands. If you're new to the channel, I'm super excited because I have a bang. In today's video, I'm going to teach you about this scam that's going around associated with ATMs. But before we get to the video, guys, please like, subscribe to the video. It allows you to push this content to a wider audience and allows us to leave the lights on. Guys, please like, subscribe to the video. If you have anything derogatory in your credit report, I mean anything negative, charge-offs, late payments, bankruptcies, medical bills, guys, you name it, please go over to creditapprove.com. It's the website and the software that I was telling you about that allows you to put the full experience to your own hands. Guys, people are removing thousands of dollars worth of debt by themselves. They are no longer using credit repair companies. They are putting this information and this experience into their own hands and appreciating on a deeper level. Guys, please go to creditapprove.com, check out the software and start removing these items, guys, if you have anything derogatory on your credit report. Now, let's dive straight into the meat and potatoes of this video. Guys, videos like this is very unfortunate to say the least because people are not in a good financial position, especially to be a victim of a scandal or a scam or anything like that. There's not a lot of discretionary income for people to go through these type of loops and hurdles for them to get their money back, right? So guys, imagine you are going to an ATM machine and you try to slide your credit card in the ATM slot and the credit card is not working. You're scratching your head, you don't know why it's not going in, you're checking your card to make sure there's not any nicks, and then this random person comes behind you and tell you, oh, the card not working? You know, they have a tap feature. You can just tap the chip on the ATM, you can use it that way. You tap the feature, you put the money in that you are requesting, which is $60, you get your $60 and you leave. For all you concerned, that's all the transaction was $60. You use ATM normally, everything is good. You wake up the next morning and realize that over $1,000 has been deducted and withdrawn from your account with the same ATM. You scratch your head, you call the bank, and you say, I didn't use or withdraw $1,000 out of the ATM. Actually, my account is in the negative $100 right now because that request put me over my limit. I didn't do this. Why is the ATM withdrawing more money than I requested? The bank look at the transaction, seeing that it was done with the PIN, and they tell you, yeah, this ATM transaction was done with a ATM pin and it was authenticated properly. So yeah, there's nothing we can do for you. We cannot give you your money back. We cannot help you out the situation at all because it was authenticated properly. You're scratching your head and you don't even know where to go from here. Now, that is the situation that happened to a lot of people over the course of the last few months. It's a quick scam going around. So what they're doing, what these scammers are doing, they are putting super glue inside the trap of the ATM and making it hard or impossible for you to put your card in there. Once you put your card in there, a perpetrator that's part of the scam is going to come up to you and advise you to use the tap feature. You tap the feature and everything goes through. Now, this is how the scam works. Now, if you are using the regular slot to put your card in there and once you're done with the transaction, the ATM is going to ask you if you are done with the transaction. If you say that you want to make another transaction, they're going to re-ask you to reinsert your ATM pin, right? Now, if you reinsert your ATM pin, then obviously you are the person that's authenticating. Now, if you are using the tap feature, it comes to find out that the tap feature doesn't ask you to put in a pin. So that means that if you are using the tap feature and you walk away and the ATM asks, are you wanting to use another transaction? And you say yes, they're not going to request another pin. So the perpetrator that obviously told the lady to use the tap feature is waiting for her to actually finish the transaction. And after she finishes the transaction, he's going to go to the screen and basically say that they want to do another transaction. Once he do that, he's going to basically have full access to her account as if it is her, because the tap feature, remember, does not request another PIN. So he don't need your PIN or anything like that. You have already put that in previously and you left. And when you left, they went to the screen afterwards and then they requested more money than you initially asked for. And it looks like it's all under one transaction. So when you called the bank, it looked like the entire transaction was done with a PIN authorization, and it looks like it was done by you. Guys, that is a doozy, because a lot of people are such in a rush. They are not even realizing that the screen is a liability, and going to an ATM at all is a liability. It's very vulnerable. It leaves you in a vulnerable position, especially if you are a woman and you are by yourself, or even if you're a man with a lot of cash. Going to ATM can be sketchy all by itself, but for you to go to the ATM and something like this is happening, it's not even anything to joke about, guys. This is serious. Scams all around this country is growing at a very fast rate. That's one of the reasons why I decided to go into cybersecurity professionalism, because I wanted to get ahead of the curve. I wanted to help as many people as possible, and I'm seeing that hackers are starting a whole new niche for them to be successful, and it takes cybersecurity professionals like myself and others to actually put barriers and frameworks in place to stop things like this from happening. But yeah, this is what's going on. And if you are using ATMs, I'm going to give you a list of the do's and don'ts, what you can do in 2024 to stop this from happening. Actually, this case was done and reported on ABC, and this is the interview. Check it out. So as you can see, guys, multiple people has been a victim of this same scam, and now I want to give you guys the guidelines to protect yourself. So first and foremost, obviously, if you go to an ATM and you cannot insert your card, the best thing to do is to leave that location and try to find a different location. If you are walking to the ATM and you have to use the card as a state of emergency, my advice is for you to, if you do have to use the tap feature, to make sure that the entire screen is completely done and go back to the welcome screen once you're done the transaction. Once you're done the transaction, make sure that you are going through the entire process of the transaction and waiting for the screen to populate to the welcome screen before you walk off with your information still being open. If you see any, what cybersecurity professionals call threat actors, which is the perpetrator that will help you or navigate you to use the tap feature, stay away from the ATM, guys. It's really that simple. Make sure that you are doing your due diligence when it comes to these ATMs, because you may or may not get this money back. And that goes to another thing I want to talk about. If you are in a position where you are using debit cards for every transaction, try to look into getting some credit cards, because credit cards are a little bit more insured in terms of your money versus a debit card. A debit card is really your money. The credit card is the creditor's money, and their money is fully insured. So if anything happened, you will be able to get that money back on the credit card versus going through a long investigative process with your bank trying to get a debit card information back, guys. ABC is dialing in on it, and from what I've heard, ever since they did the story, Chase Bank has been giving the money back to the consumers. But this is a wide open door for hackers and scammers to basically clean you dry. If you don't have a lot of money in your bank account and you are running on fumes, you won't live in paycheck to paycheck, you can't afford a $200, $300 withdrawal that you didn't authorize. I mean, that can really cause a big issue for, you know, your lifestyle and your day-to-day expenses. So make sure that you are doing your due diligence, guys. If you cannot put your card in there, try not to use the tap feature. If you do put the card in there, also make sure that there's not a skimmer.
A 7 on Your Side story about a new type of ATM fraud has exploded on the internet. Scammers using glue and the ATM tap feature have been draining bank accounts.
Yeah, now more victims have come forward saying it happened to them as well. I know I've been telling people about it, Michael. This story's really struck a nerve.
Everywhere I go, people are talking about this. It's amazing. And look, this scam has so many moving parts. It starts with thieves pouring glue into the card reader. That forces consumers to use a tap function, setting up a domino effect.
That guy scammed me last night at the ATM machine.
Pamela Bongiorno showed us how thieves got her money at this ATM.
I inserted my card. It didn't work.
A man in line told her she could tap her card instead, and it worked. She got her cash, walked off, but the next day, a shock.
Why is my account almost $1,000 less?
She found 3 more withdrawals on her account, $940 gone.
I'm like, that happened to me.
Stephanie Berry was amazed to see our story about Pamela and Rob Bell
I didn't think anything of it. I thought he was just using the ATM.
and Justin Sindelar.
My initial reaction was, wait a second. I definitely did not withdraw that much money.
All used the tap feature at this ATM. All found their accounts drained after they left.
I was so mad. I was like, that happened to me. I knew I should have called 7 on your side when it happened.
Stephanie says she tapped her phone at that ATM to withdraw $20, then hurried off because a man was lurking nearby.
But I didn't know if he was being a creep or what he was doing.
Seconds later, a fraud alert on her phone. Did she just withdraw $600? She replied no, but a little too late. $400 was already gone.
And he said, it'll work. I just got money from there. You have to tap it.
The card reader didn't work when Gary Lee used that ATM. Then a man nearby insisted on helping.
He grabbed my card. Somebody behind me said, it'll work.
The stranger tapped Gary's card for him. Gary got his cash, walked off. The next day, all but $5 was gone.
They put glue in the card reader of the ATM machines.
The bank manager told Pamela that scammers pour glue into the slot so victims have to tap. By tapping, the transaction window stays open even after the cash comes out. So, if a customer walks off without closing the window, a thief can simply step up and make more withdrawals. Chase said customers should wait for this screen. Do you want to do something else? Click no to close out the session.
I think I closed it, but you know what? Maybe I left it open.
Bank managers told victims the scam has been ongoing since last fall. Yet, Chase rejected all of their claims, saying they authorized the transactions.
Why would I make 4 transactions in one day?
The investigator from Chase just made me feel so icky. Oh, how do we know you didn't steal it? Why would I steal my own money?
I just felt real betrayed.
You know, I'm not going to take no for an answer.
Pamela filed her claim 4 times before Chase replaced her money. But after our inquiries, the bank did refund all of the victims in this report, telling us we have credited our customers in full and are taking additional steps to protect patrons. The tap feature does require entering a PIN for each transaction, but thieves have clearly found a way to capture the PINs. Chase said cover the keypad when you enter your PIN, look for signs of any tiny cameras, and don't talk to anyone in line. If anybody's coming up to you at an ATM, they know they're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Be
Not doing
very,
you a
very
favor,
careful.
probably.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
A skimmer is a device that they put over the slot, and they basically copy all the credit card information that goes through the slot. They use skimmers in gas stations. They use skimmers at gas pumps, ATMs as well. So guys, yeah, these scammers and these hackers are being innovative when it comes to their new methods, and you have to stay ahead of the curve. So if you found any of this information helpful, if this information helped you, guys, like and subscribe to the channel. We always giving tips like this. I always want to make sure that my audience and my subscribers have the best security practices when it comes to their finances. Guys, like I said, if you need anything removed from your credit report, charge-offs, collections, late payments, medical bills, anything like that, go to my creditapprove. If you need to pull your credit report, TransUnion, Equifax, or Experian, go to iccredit.com. You can pull your credit report and scores there, and you will get it in real time. Guys, this is interesting. Leave it in the comment section. Have you been a victim of any type of hacks or any type of scams lately? I'm really interested in knowing that. If you do want me to make a video on how to protect yourself from skimmers and scammers in these type of fields, leave a comment and put in the comment section, learn how to protect myself, or learn to protect, something like that in the comment section to identify yourself, so I can be able to basically know how to approach the comment. Guys, until next time, take care of yourself, please, and take care of your credit. Credit Coach Q out. Peace.